The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCary, and Newy Scruggs.
It is Monday. Monday means the Players Lounge is rolling with you right here on DallasCowboys.com. It's brought to you by Hotels.com. We have two former Dallas Cowboys safeties. Both men are undrafted free agents. The Toledo Rocket, the mainstay of Rocket Show. He is
What's going on?
What's
going on? Yeah, I'm always here, baby. I'm always here, man. You know, I'm just always here.
And our boy, the LSU Bengal Tiger National Champion.
He's booked.
Reality show TV star himself.
He's booked.
Danny McCary.
Don't make me go back and watch
What you talking
videos
about? What you talking about?
and start checking attendance.
Man.
Okay, because I know somebody who been out here every other Friday.
What you talking about?
Okay? Every other Friday, my man Newy was out.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? And we was holding it down.
This is true.
This is true. And Vacation Shawty over here.
I'm always
When you
zoom Shawty. I'm zooming in. What we doing?
I ain't gonna be here. I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like you're taking this personal. I just merely complimented
No,
Barry
I'm just
on
saying.
doing this thing.
Nah.
Nothing, man.
All I know is I'm gonna go start taking attendance on y'all, and we gonna see who been here the most. Yeah, you right. I've been out. But I be out when it's a once a week though.
Hey, dude, you know he talking about booking early. You got to book him early, or he's out of there. He's out of there,
brother. I'm just happy you're here.
Thank you, bro.
Okay,
thanks for showing up.
I'm just happy here. I'm merely Newy Scruggs. I'm just happy.
But I'll say this though, since we talk about booking people early, okay, the big time person on this podcast is my man Courtside Church. Okay?
Oh, that's what you're doing out here.
The Mavericks play on Friday. I'm sitting
That's what we doing.
I'm sitting on my couch.
I never thought I'd see the day.
It was closer when I checked this story on Instagram. I was closer to the game than I was on my TV. I got 75 minutes.
This is how we go. All right.
Did you enjoy it?
New York City won. New York City.
Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. Luka put it on. Luka, he did his thing out there. So
I will say this, and I've never sat courtside, but when I was early in my career, when I used to be a videographer as well as being an on-air person, I'd sit baseline and we would shoot the game. And I just tell people all the time, there's nothing like watching these guys up close to see people that big doing what they're doing and how physical the game is. And just it's a different experience, man. It is definitely a different experience. And just you see how talented these guys are. I mean, they're just supremely talented, man. They make it look easy on TV, but when you see it up close, you just see how every play you getting bumped, you getting fouled. I mean, it's intense, man.
So you saying it's more physical than football?
No, I'm not. No. I would say what I would say is what you see on TV, and then when you witness it, you just see so much more. And then also when because you got the cameras, you're able to focus in exactly on what it is you want. Like yesterday I was watching Devin Booker. I was just really focused in on Devin Booker and just how this man has learned so much from Chris Paul and faking fouls. Yeah. You run up on him and I mean, before you get there, he's already coming back.
It's turning into soccer, man.
They got CP3 yesterday.
They did. They out CP3. I was like, what?
The ref said, "Come on, bro."
Like that's what we doing out here.
Come on, and got him 6.
Did you see the tech on Booker though? When he shot, he grazed my man. I think it was Powell. Oh.
He got Brunson and he got Powell. So it was the NBA, man. That's good on you, man. Glad you got to go. I mean, it is definitely cool. I mean, to be there, that's
a cool atmosphere.
These guys
it is.
Get there and do what they did there. So congratulations to the Mavericks and the Stars, man. These guys have come home here and got a lot of excitement. Stars are playing tonight. I mean, just a huge week around here. Yeah. So you got the Stars playing tonight. There will be a Game 6. That'll be Thursday for the Mavericks and the Suns. We've got rookie minicamp starting right here at the Star. So that's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got the PGA tournament, the Byron Nelson going on up here in the Frisco area. That's going on starting on Thursday. So, man, there's a lot going on around here, man.
It's booming.
And by the way, the Rangers still playing. So, I mean, there's a lot of sports going on. A lot of sports going on, man. It's all good.
Why you going like that? Yeah. By the way, Rangers still out there.
And we got the schedule coming out this week.
Uh-oh. There it is.
The NFL schedule.
First place schedule, right? Ain't that what it is? It's gonna be rough. I know you threw out the quarterbacks' names last week,
buddy.
Better have a repeat performance from your boy Quinn, man.
Listen, all I know is we talked about this last season, okay?
Okay.
What the teams were last year, they first place wins and victory, what got them there, that is not what they're going to be this upcoming season. Same for us, though.
This is true. This is true.
I'll give you that. But from my perspective, I still say, okay, you got Joe Burrow on the schedule. You got Tom Brady on the schedule. You got Aaron Rodgers on the schedule. Got Matt Stafford on the schedule. Got Matt Ryan on the schedule. Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia. They're going to have some weapons this year. You got him twice.
You said Matt Ryan?
I did say Matt Ryan.
All right, so
I gotta let that breeze by.
You was rolling, and then you said Matt Ryan, like Matt Ryan been on fire.
That's a 5. That's good 5. I give you 5. I give you 5 on that.
You know what they saying? We got Dak Prescott on the schedule. You know, we got Dan Quinn's defense on the schedule. That's what they saying when they go through theirs. All right, they not just glossing over the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm just saying, you never know. Okay, but I am a little worried. I will say that.
Let me follow
I'm
this
on
up
your
on
side.
Top
Matt
10
Ryan
bet
from
Top
this.
10 bet again. No.
Here's what I'll say on Matt Ryan. He's got an offensive line in Indianapolis.
And a run game.
Okay. And you got a run game. So what they've been asking for the past 2 years that they failed between Phillip Rivers and Carson Wentz is if we give you some time in a run game, can you not lose some games? Yeah. I think Matt Ryan can help you. They're looking for a bus driver. And at this point in his career, can Matt Ryan do that and help them win that division in the South?
He could be a game manager.
Yes,
we'll see.
Do you think he can win 1 or 2 games though? Like he's gonna one of them games he's gonna have to go out there and do it with his arm.
Bro,
can he do that?
He got put out of the playoffs by Jacksonville.
Jacksonville did put it on him.
All right, no, we're not gonna throw all that on Carson Wentz. They went out there and played like straight up garbage.
They only put it on Wentz.
Everybody,
everybody.
We gotta get better at this position.
It was him, but we watched the game, and they did not play well all around. They did not play inspired football to go out there and win a game to put them into the playoffs. So, Matt Ryan or not, I'm not sure. But I'm not putting them in that list when you start listening to Aaron Rodgers and those guys. Joe Burrow just went to the Super Bowl. I'm not putting Matt Ryan up there. Not this one.
Cowboys going to Jacksonville, getting ready to face Trevor Lawrence. I'll be very interested to see how Doug Peterson can work with that young man and see if they can turn some things around. And you've played down in Jacksonville before.
They always got a solid defense. They always do.
I don't know when the schedule comes out, when you're sitting here, but that heat up there can get you. I mean, folks keep getting you can't get got. You come in there slipping, thinking it's easy. You look at the Colts. You can't get got.
Real quick. It'll jump on you, too. Don't wear sleeves out there. It's over with. Where's the water? I'm telling you, it gets rough out there for sure.
Yes, I tell people all the time, Jacksonville is southern Georgia, man, and it's different, man. It's hot up in here. It's just not the Florida some folks think of. Hey, let's dive into this right here on the Players Lounge. Okay, let's predict the offensive line right now. This is an issue. Last year, this team was not good on the offensive line. And we know that as we predict the offensive line, we'll start Tyron Smith at left tackle, but they play 17 games, and we would be foolish to sit here and say that Tyron Smith is going to be there for 17.
We all agree now.
I'm glad we are in agreement.
We agree now.
Because even my man Stephen Jones said this, okay? He said pretty much we would be fools to not watch the tape over the last few years and believe that this guy is going to be playing the entire season.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing, but yes, it was said not just in here, but in ownership.
Well, look, I mean, this is a half decade now where you've had Tyron missing multiple games. It's just a part of it.
It is what it is.
And for those fans who were upset about Tyler Smith going at 24, I'll say 2 things to you. After Smith, there was not another offensive tackle drafted until the 3rd round. That was a pretty good point I thought that Mickey Spagnuolo made on his show, which tells you that, okay, this was it. Yeah, we think this is the offensive tackle group that we hold right here, and then there's a drop-off. So the Cowboys got the last stop in the desert. They went and got Smith. And then after that, everybody in the NFL like, hey, man, these guys aren't as good. So another one didn't go till the 3rd round. So I think that's a big thing there. And
that was probably why Tennessee was trying to come up. Let's be honest with you.
It was Tennessee, and then it was someone else. The Jets, apparently. The Jets apparently also were trying to get up in here, and they were looking at Smith as well. So
who they end up getting? What was that the edge rusher they ended up getting?
They get the guy from Florida State. Yeah. Florida State, and that's an interesting one. I don't know how much you guys followed Cowboy Twitter and the draft, but there were a lot of people who were mad that the Cowboys didn't take him at the guy from Florida State. But when you're dropping that far, At some point, and you're the ACC Player of the Year first. ACC was down conference.
Down.
You had Pittsburgh win it. It was Pittsburgh against Wake Forest for the championship game. Okay,
that's a lineup right there.
I mean, that's supposed to be those are basketball schools. Basketball schools like this time these days. But so it was down, and there's a guy who. When you fall that far, there's some questions going on. Yeah. It's kind of like Nakobe Dean. As we saw Nakobe Dean fall, you're like, okay, what's going on? And you're like, okay, there's issues. And that's what happens there. But to me, when I think about what they did, and Danny, you had been asking for an offensive tackle since last year's draft, you've got to start to tell how do we start to get ready to move on from Tyron Smith, or at least understand that Tyron Smith is not going to be here. Yeah. Smith is a part of it. You took Josh Ball last year from Marshall. He's a part of it. The kid, Matt Willetsko, who they took in the 5th round from North Dakota, 6'8", 312. They are trying to give Joe Philbin guys to work with to say, at some point in time, you're going to have to, A, be swing tackle, and B, probably end up at some point in time taking over Tyron Smith. They're trying to look forward to that, and they have to do that.
Yeah, and listen, and you made the point about T. Smith, the T. Smith we just drafted at number 24. Possibly playing left guard. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually feeling that at the moment, because what I don't believe is going to happen is, for some reason, they're going to all of a sudden say, Tyron Smith, you're not playing this week, week 1, right? So when you walk out there week 1, Tyron Smith and Terrence Steele, I believe, are going to be our tackles. Okay. And you might see Tyler Smith at the left guard position. They are going to give him every opportunity through rookie minicamp, through training camp, through OTAs, all that to show if he can actually play that position.
He's going against Connor Williams, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
McGovern.
I'm sorry.
McGovern. They're going to give him every opportunity. And from what we've been hearing about the guy being nasty, if you got a nasty guard, then you okay. Yeah. All right. If you got a guy at guard who can pull, who can move the line of scrimmage and get those guys onto linebackers, then I think you're gonna be okay. And from what I've seen from the guy, very, very small sample size, I think he can get it done. It's just, are they going to give him all the opportunities at guard, or will he be using all of his time to play tackle?
Yeah, my lineup is pretty much the same as McCray's. I mean, at the start of the week or week 1, whatever it goes to, after camp, if everybody comes out healthy, I'm saying Todd Smith, the 2011 Todd Smith.
Whoa! Come on.
No, I'm not saying I'm saying that's the guy I'm choosing. Okay. Not Todd. I was making a difference between the Todd Smith and the Todd Smith we just did. No.
It's gonna be the 2022 Tyron Smith.
Yeah, Tyron Smith.
Last year
not Tyler.
Last year he said, that was the 2011 Tyron Smith.
I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong.
Name only.
No, I'm going Todd Smith left tackle. Okay. I think Steele's going to hold down the right side. He's going to build upon what we've seen last year. And I'm with you as far as Todd Smith, the one we just drafted, moving in the guard. I mean, especially, if Tyron can come out healthy, there's no reason to really, bench him or have him become some type of swing guy for this guy. So I would have him at the left guard. He has that nastiness like you speak of, and hopefully he has that athleticism, kind of like a Lyle Collins, to where he's able to not only pull, but get to the second level. Knock off some of these linebackers, knock off some of these other DBs, maybe get a 2-for-1, so we can get those longer runs from Zeke or those longer runs from Pollard that we've been missing these past couple years. So I got him at the guard. I got to live with Biotish at center. I mean, it's not the greatest of, things that happen, but it is what it is. Hopefully he can get better at that. And then we got the right side, the Hall of Famer on the right.
You already know that stance.
Hopefully they can solidify that for a long time, but, we'll see how long, 2011 Todd Smith can last.
I will throw in here, let us not forget about Connor McGovern. We're talking about Tyler Smith, who is, he went to Tulsa playing defense. So he hasn't played offensive line that long. There is a dramatic difference from playing left tackle to left guard. So it's going to be a challenge. But I'm just simply also saying, too, we got Connor McGovern, who's coming up on free agency. You guys played in this league. Dudes knowing that in that last year, man, come out a little different. So I imagine this dude is not sitting up here on his rear end eating ice cream. He up here trying to get paid. That we'll see a competition. And that's what I really want to see most of all. Yeah. Let's have a real competition, because too many times in the past, guys have been gifted jobs around here.
This is true.
He better be sitting on the couch putting some bricks in his pocket. That's what
right now.
All right, because I don't believe that it is a skill thing with him. I think that it is literally, do you have the anchor to hold point when guys are focusing in on you as the weak link? That this is the guy who we're going to push back into the quarterback. Do you have the anchor to be able to hold that off? You're not seeing guys put moves on them. You seeing dudes try to go straight down the middle, straight back to Dak. Do you have the anchor? Have you been in the weight room enough to be able to say, I put in the work, I'm strong enough now to hold point? If you're not, then it don't matter how skilled you are. Yeah. You just can't hold it down.
And at the end of the day, I really think they're gonna give Tyler Smith, like you said, all the options. I mean, they're gonna make an excuse if he can't get in that starting lineup. So I think they're gonna give him all the options, and it'll be a competition because I don't expect McGovern to just sit on his hands and say, hey, you have my job. I'll wait till free agency to go somewhere else. So I expect the competition, but they're gonna give Smith, pretty much every opportunity to get this job. And I think at the end of the day, he'll prevail, and hopefully that starting five, could last all season.
I'll tell you this, okay, Newy, when you're watching training camp, you make sure you let us know if you see Tyler Smith walking down the field with Philbin and McCarthy, like we saw Micah Parsons.
That happens, it's over with.
If you see that, then you know that they are getting this dude ready to play some major snaps come week one.
Might even be left tackle. If you see that walking,
just let us know. They talking about giving him somebody's spot.
Could you imagine? Could they move Tyron Smith inside? I'm just saying.
No.
You could inside. You think he's just he got to be out? He got to be tackled.
Let me tell you something. They let Witten stay around here for a long time.
He did.
Okay,
he did.
And he was playing for a long time. No matter what happened, he left, came back. They said he wasn't going to be the starter. All this other stuff came back. The man was playing. That is the same type of treatment that Tyron Smith is going to get around here.
So he's either going to be the starter,
yes,
or he ain't. There's no way he moves inside.
That's it.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, I'm just excited to think that we could have competition, and I know Philbin has gotten a lot of Joe Philbin from some people, especially in the media, has gotten a lot of criticism as an offensive line coach for the Dallas Cowboys. I keep going back to this. I was talking about it with Chris Bean before the show. Joe Philbin played a major part in Terrence Steele going from rookie who was thrown out there from Texas Tech in a passing offense in the Big 12, struggled. Kid, and it was also COVID that year. Mm-hmm. Kid spent the whole offseason. He worked. He got better. He got stronger, and strong enough to the point that when our man Collins got suspended, he filled in, and then it got to the point where it was like, not only is he filling in, he's thriving, and now Collins is in Cincinnati and Steele is there. So Joe Philbin was a part of that. Mm-hmm. Can Joe Philbin get Tyler Smith right? Can he get this offensive line to a next level? Because look, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that if these guys have a down year, they're not going to be here in 2023. Mm-mm. So jobs are on the line here. So it's up to Joe Philbin really to help fix this offensive line, which in my opinion was nowhere near as good as what we thought they would be last year.
Yeah, you're right about that. I thought for sure we'd at least be able to have, a mediocre run game. But do you think, a lot of that production from the offensive line has to deal with, always pass blocking, basically setting always, letting the aggression come on them instead of being that running team, being downhill, letting them put the aggression on the other team? Do you think a lot of those penalties and a lot of just not performing to what we thought they would has to deal with that type of play calling, passing versus running? Or do you think it's just, they just got to get better overall?
I think they need to get better, but I think us not having an identity as an offense plays into that as well. When you go into it and you always have a run and a pass option, and Dak is able to go up there and check in and check out based off what the defense is giving them, like we seen Buda Baker be able to dictate what the Cowboys are going to run, the offensive line is not sure always what they're going to do. Sometimes them dudes really just want to get up in there and say, hey, bro, let's the pace of the game is going to be dictated by us. Mm-hmm. We are going to run the ball down these dudes' throats, and that's how we're going to win the game. Back in the day when you was playing.
That's what they did.
All right, that's what it was. You were going to see power. You were going to see counter. You was going to see left, right, all that. That is what you were going to see, and that's the type of football game that the other team had to be ready to play. And them dudes ain't scared of us like that no more. They know that they can get into a particular defense that will then cause us to have to pass the ball. And the offensive line knows that as well.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy spoke about, and they talked about after the draft, getting physical. That, all right, we got punched in the mouth against the 49ers. We're not going to have that happen again. So if you want to be physical, you know what you need to do? Run the ball. That's one way to go out here and combat that. I go back to the quarterbacks we talked about, them having to face because of the first place schedule. How do you compete against Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and Joe Burrow?
Keep them on the bench.
Keep them on the bench. Run the football. Yeah. Okay, run the football. Run the clock. This defense works best. We saw it last year. This defense works best when on the field for 30 minutes or less. Yeah, less than 30 minutes. And that's really any defense in this league. You guys played before, you know. You sitting out here for 33, 34, 35 minutes. It's hard to keep him out the end zone.
You get tired.
It's hard. You get tired. It is hard.
Listen, I know Mike, he was just speaking about the 49ers, but there are multiple games last season where we went out there and we got bullied, okay?
Look at Denver.
Denver, we went out there and got bullied. Offensively, when you look at the Kansas City game, we went out there and got handled. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it is not just the San Francisco 49ers. We need to get physical from week 1 all the way up to the playoffs because that's not a switch that you can just flip once you get to the playoffs. You have to be a physical team going throughout the season in order to carry that into the playoffs.
Yeah. So offensive line for us on this show, it's been a topic for the last 2 seasons, and we'll see what they do. And I still think that they made the right choice last season, taking Micah Parsons versus Slater. Yeah. Both guys have turned out to be fantastic picks. And really, I think Slater went 13 right after Parsons. But bottom line is,
both all pros.
A lot of folks messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some folks in that draft who messed up because there's no way in the world, especially you look at these. You do a draft today, both of those guys are top 5 players.
Without a doubt.
They are top 5 players, and they definitely are going to be cornerstones for each organization for many years to come. But both guys are really, really good football players. Let's take our first break. We've already got the schedule comes out this week. We already know what 2 games are going to be. So let's dive into that. Barry Church, Danny McCary, Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Registration is now open for Dallas Cowboys youth camps presented by Invisalign. Save $25 with early bird pricing when you register for youth football, dance academy, and Little Miss camps by tonight. That is by tonight. Early bird pricing is over tonight. Visit DallasCowboys.com/academy to secure your spot today. Don't miss it. You might see my boy Barry. Nah, you're not going to see Barry. Barry's booked and busy. He'll be playing golf. But you'll see me out there. You'll see me. I'll be out there coaching the little ones, getting them right. So maybe they'll be playing for the Cowboys one day. Sign them up. Bring them out. May 9th is the last day for the $25 off for early bird pricing.
I need to send my kids out there.
If anybody can get you right, it's McCray, man. It's D-Mac. Well, anybody can get you right.
Look at it. I'll get you on TV.
The NFL schedule is going to be released this week. We already know 2 games that are going to go down on September 19th. Monday Night Football now features Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. They made the move over from Fox.
Where's that cha-ching at, CB? Where's that? There we go.
Yes, paid in full. He like, hey, if Tony Romo's getting that, I need this. Ooh. I have rings. Man. I need to be compensated.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, you think he didn't go up in there with that?
He came with it?
You think he didn't come in there with the resume? Oh, you best believe Troy Aikman did that.
What did he get, 5 for 90?
Look, worth it. More than worth it. So Tennessee, Buffalo. That's your first game on Monday night. Then you got the Vikings and the Eagles, the second game on September 19th. I'm anxious to see what Tennessee is going to do after having the number 1 seed in the AFC and just blowing it at home to the Cincinnati Bengals. And then you had quarterback Ryan Tannehill talk about how it affected him, and the man needed to go, talk to somebody.
Yeah, get the treatment.
Tennessee decided they was going to go up there and trade up to go get my boy from Liberty, Malik. And he like, ain't my job, ain't not my job.
And I'm with him.
Here, mentor
I'm
him.
with him 100%. Tannehill, let him know, man. It ain't your job.
I'm
you coming here to take my spot.
I'm with him too, because the writing on the wall says they moved up so he can take his spot. Now, what he's saying is, I'm not about to coach this dude to then take my spot. Nah, I'm keeping my secrets. So I'm keeping my secrets. He's got to learn on his own. But if he does see him and he catches on, then good for him.
If he beats me in the competition, hey, the right guy won. But I'm not finna help him out.
I got millions on the line.
I'm not doing that. People talking about you got to be a team. Man, get that out of here.
Kurt Warner's offered to help.
Good luck.
Kurt Warner's offered to help him. So if I'm Malik, I'd rather learn from Kurt Warner than Ryan Tannehill. And look, I guess everybody's not going to be like Alex Smith. Alex Smith sat around. And here comes Patrick Mahomes.
See you later, Smith.
I tell you what, I know Kurt Warner better not be in no Tennessee practice because Tannehill going to put some hands on him. I'm just telling you. You better not be up there watching and none of that.
Giving pointers over there. This is how you throw that deep arc in.
Tannehill going, buddy, you remember, what was that, Varsity Blues where Buddy threw the ball
right at him, broke his nose all up. Right.
Don't play with Tannehill, bro. He's not playing with you.
I don't think Kurt Warner scared of Ryan Tannehill.
He better not show up in Tennessee.
Hall of Famer not worried about him.
He better not show up in Tennessee. I know that.
Tannehill, we went to Miami. They was down him. We got to Nashville. He was doing his thing. Got him in the right spot. He folded in the playoffs. He folded in the playoffs.
He was terrible.
He did. He folded big time in the playoffs.
He's the only person. He is the only person to fold in the playoff. But he did. But I wouldn't be coaching my replacement.
No. Especially when I can see if he was, he wasn't supposed to be in the first round or nobody was hyping him up. They was hyping this man up the entire offseason. And then you gonna trade up to get him? Nah, you gotta chill over here, young man.
You too, boy.
My money is more important than teaching this young fella how to take my job. I mean, listen, hey, bro, get in the books.
Hey, so if you watching film, if Tannehill's watching film, and Malik walk in, hey, get some pointers. You sending Malik out of there?
Nah. If he need help figuring out how to study some film, just learning how to, get into the league, that's okay. But I ain't staying at the practice with this dude, you know what I'm saying, reading through coverages and all that stuff, because the truth of the matter is they going to be in the same film room anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they going to be answering the same questions. But once it gets to the nitty-gritty, I'm in the off-season, don't come to my house so you can try to learn how to take my spot. Nah.
Hey, so you ain't having dinners?
No extracurricular, none of that. All right, none of that. What happens at the practice facility, that happens.
So you ain't taking the QB room out?
I'll take you out to dinner. We ain't talking football. So how much he getting paid? $30 million? How much Tannehill get paid?
He about there. I think he get $30 million quarterback.
Okay, all right. So you telling me, Newy, you got $30 million
on the line.
You gonna show somebody how to take it from you?
Because if Willis take his spot, they ain't keeping Tannehill on the bench.
You gonna show him how to take it from you? Be honest now.
Look, I had this experience happen to me.
Yeah.
And I won't get into it here. I'll tell you when we get off camera exactly how it was. But yeah, I had this happen to me, and I'll tell you exactly how I handled it. And I'll say this: what I did do, I took the high road. Any questions that needed to be answered, I helped this person out. But it was designed for this person to take my spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always kind to the person, whatever they needed, helped them out, gave them story. I did the whole thing. But at the end of the day, how I overcame it was simply this: I was going to keep being me. Mm-hmm. And I knew that was going to be good enough. I wasn't scared. Wasn't worried about it. Fine. And in my own way, when I knew what the boss was trying to do, like, dude, this is the best you got. Good luck, because it wasn't going to happen. So this comes to confidence. This becomes a confidence thing. But Ryan Tannehill, in my opinion, Ryan Tannehill's performance in the playoffs led the GM and the head coach to say, we just don't know. Yeah. We don't know, and we can't sit around here and take this chance. The same way he came in. Remember, they had Mariota, and they brought him in. Mm-hmm. So in some ways, you're right. They've got a history of, hey man, they will find your next person there. But if you do your job, they don't have to do this. You didn't do your job, so it's on you. So I'm looking forward to the battle. But hey, it is what it is.
He ain't confident in doing his job, so he ain't helping. That's what he
game.
said here. He know how bad he played. Mm-hmm. He know what's going on. He can see it.
And I'm sure his teammates over there. Hey, get right. You better get right.
And one thing we did see with how Andy Reid treated Alex Smith, because the way he was very classy with him. Mahomes talked about how much he helped him. Is when it came time to trade him, they sent him to a place he wanted to go. Mm-hmm. And also, remember, he went to Washington, got a brand new contract. Yeah. I mean, he thank goodness he got the contract, because we saw how his career ended there with that horrible injury. But because he did right by the organization did right by him, and he was rewarded. So we'll see how it goes. But obviously, everybody's got everybody has to operate the way they want to operate here. So it'll be interesting. So
one more thing. Truth of the matter is, Tennessee probably gonna win their division again.
I don't know about Matt Ryan.
Everybody ice you. He got to turn the clock back, man.
They probably gonna win their division again. Tannehill is gonna have a decent season. It's not like he's gonna play like garbage, and then people gonna be calling for the guy to get his spot taken. So he'll still be all right.
How did Matty Ice? Like it's 2017?
Are you drafting him on your fantasy team? Matty Ice. Are you drafting him on your fantasy team?
It will all depend on my first quarterback. He's not going to be my first quarterback, but it'll all depend on the strategy I take. Last year, I think I took Jalen Hurts in 11, and that was my quarterback for the whole year.
He did you well, right?
Yeah.
He's top 5 guy.
Top
5 guy. So if I go early, I mean, I could I see myself taking Matty Ice as my second guy? Yeah. First guy? No, that would be foolish.
Second guy? Okay, I hope you get Matty Ice as your second guy.
So, like I said, second guy, because because that means my first guy is going to be a top 5 guy.
Like Jay Herbert or somebody like that.
Right. I'm going to I'll get it right. Herbert.
Gotta hate him.
Dak.
What you mean?
Joe.
No.
Come on, man.
What you talking about?
Okay, we're going backwards. We're going backwards.
What you talking about? I don't know what happened. Man. I don't know what happened.
So, by the way, we're mentioning Joe Burrow, who's on the list. Herbert got picked off by Diggs last year. How does Diggs follow up that season? 11 interceptions. He had 7 picks in his first 6 games. You guys are both DBs. 11 picks in a season? Man, that's crazy. No, it's called regression. You learned about that in NBA statistics. It's regression. So how much regression? Because if you're expecting 10, that's crazy.
It ain't gonna happen. I mean, I don't know when the last time somebody had back-to-back double-digit interception seasons. I don't know when it was. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's been remotely within the recent past. So he's not gonna get 11 picks. Where he can make leaps and bounds is in the coverage aspect of it. Limiting these receivers to, whatever yards they get against them. I don't think he'll get the, match the interception-wise, which is okay. But if he's locking these receivers down, he's becoming one of the top cover corners, not only getting the ball, but also locking these receivers down. I think he can make leaps and bounds that way and become a better player overall. Because eventually they're going to stop throwing the football your way. I mean, you already got the picks. If you can lock these guys up, then that's where you take your game from a top 10 corner to a possibly top 3, top 5 type corner. And I think he has the abilities to do that.
Yeah, I think this year he can become a much better player, specifically for the reason that you said. He got a lot of picks last year, which made him be at the top. But if he don't get them picks, he's giving up a lot of yards, all right? So he's one of those guys who's going to gamble, but I think he can be a better cover corner. I think he has the potential and the ability to be a better cover corner, and I can see him getting 5 picks and being a lockdown corner. And that would make this team way better than they were with him getting 11. Because what we saw last year is, perfect example, New England game. He gets a pick 6. What does he do next play?
He gives up a touch.
He gives up a long touchdown. If you can lock guys down and get those picks, like you said, that puts you in the top 5 at your position of playing corner. And I think I would rather see that than see 11 interceptions and giving up a lot of yards.
Do you want to take that gambler aspect away from him, though? Do you still want him to have those instincts to where I'm going to take some opportunities here. I'm going to take some chances. It might get beat. I might get the interception. Do you want to take that away from his game?
I want him to keep gambling, but we didn't see him get beat because he was gambling. We saw him get beat because he was just not technically sound and
bad eyes
or something. Yeah. It wasn't necessarily him taking those gambles. So I think he can still do both. I think when you playing man to man and you got to lock somebody down, you can do that. And when you have the opportunity to gamble, he's going to gamble and go for his interception.
Yeah. So let me ask this question: do you think he can lead the league again?
An interception?
Yeah.
Nah, I think quarterbacks are going to take advantage, especially the quarterbacks you listed off. They're going to take advantage of the other guys out there. They're going to improve. They're going to make Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, if Calvin Johnson gets out there. They're going to make those guys prove that they can play at a high level. So I don't think quarterbacks are going to be technically going at Diggs as much as they did this past year. So I don't think his numbers will be that crazy. And there's always a guy in the league that's going to get at least 8, 9 interceptions. I don't think he gets back up to that mark. But like McCary said, I think his coverage aspect will get a lot better as the years go on.
Now, I don't think he's going to repeat. I think the best thing for him to do is to work on his coverage, because those quarterbacks that you named and listed, those are different than the guys that were throwing him those interceptions.
And getting them Sam Darnold.
Right? Yeah, so you're going to see some double moves with guys who can put the ball right on the receiver. You're going to see them be able to take advantage of some mistakes if he makes the same ones that he made last year. All right, so technically sound, gamble when you can. But the names that you listed, the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, those guys.
He picked Tom Brady last year.
He did.
He picked Justin Herbert last year.
He did.
I didn't say nothing about Justin Herbert.
He did. But he's one of those guys.
But if he continues to do that, then it will be an issue. But I think he's going to be a much better cover corner this season than he was last year, because my man DQ is going to show him the film and let him know, hey, man, this is how you can get better. And Trayvon Diggs seems like a guy who wants to consistently get better year in and year out.
So let me just throw this out here, because it's always just interesting to go back. Everson Walls had the Cowboy record with 11 picks, and so Diggs tied it. So that was Cubby's rookie year. The next year, he had 7 picks, led the league. Here's what's kind of the thing we don't think about. 7 picks, but it was only 9 games because of the strike.
And they didn't throw the ball nearly as much as they do now.
Dude, that's pretty crazy when you think about that.
He's a ball hog.
7 picks in 9 football games.
He is a ball hog.
That is taking the ball away. That's pretty crazy. Imagine if they played to 16, how many he would have. He probably had double digits again.
Yeah.
So for Everson Walls to start out like that, his first 2 seasons, man, that's crazy. He ended up leading the league in interceptions 3 times, first person to do that. So, and when he led the league in interceptions, rookie year was 11, his second year was 7. And then in 85, 26 years old, he led the NFL with 9 picks. And at 31, he had 6 picks as he was with the New York Giants, and they ended up winning a Super Bowl with 6 picks with the Giants.
What? He had, what is it, rookie at 11? Then he backdoored that with 7.
Yeah, man.
This dude was that. Well, how many career picks? What, like at 54 or something like that?
57.
You talk about getting the rock, man.
This man had most career picks. Some dudes got catches.
and can't get in the Hall of Fame. I mean, this is Hall of Fame stuff, man.
Without a doubt.
And this is by the way, this is Ring of Honor stuff. So 57 picks, a Super Bowl champion. You led the league in interceptions 3 times. You start talking about a resume like that. Not many people have that.
But
kind
he's
of resume.
not in the Ring of Honor?
No, he's not.
Wow.
Yes. Like I said, this is when you talk about a great play. This is what great players do. The Cowboys would kill to have a guy that they draft.
Dude, put up them numbers.
I'm telling you this, Trayvon Diggs has an opportunity to do such a thing.
He does.
He did. I'm telling you, he went into training camp last year and said he got his hands on 14 balls. He was going to turn those into interceptions, and he was 3 short. And when he said, I was like, yeah, this dude,
he believes in himself.
And he went out there and did it. All right, so I got no doubt that Trayvon Diggs can go out there and be a top-notch corner covering and getting interceptions. I just want to see him work on it in the offseason, because he's going to face some guys who are going to try to test him if he shows some of the stuff that he showed last season.
But I'm just happy that I'm not being doubted anymore about my confidence in T. Diggs getting a second contract.
Hey, you called it early. I get you did call it early.
Everybody's on board with me now.
It was the giggle. It was the giggle. After he said it was the giggle.
He was like, Roll Tide.
It was the giggle after he said it.
Let us take
shout out to him.
break. And when we come back, how does Mike McCarthy fix the discipline issues? He's got training, rookie camp coming up here. So now's your opportunity to train the young pups how to do things the right way. Let's dive into that with Danny McCary, Barry Church, Newy Scruggs. This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys? Jack Black. Right now you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Registration is now open for Dallas Cowboys youth camps presented by Invisalign. Save $25 with early bird pricing when you register for youth football, dance academy, and Little Miss camps by tonight. Tonight, May 9th is over. Visit DallasCowboys.com/academy to secure your spot with the $25 off early bird pricing.
Danny McCary back 2 weeks in a row.
I can't believe it.
Man,
This might be a record.
Hold on.
It might be a record.
Okay, tell me this. Did y'all know I was leaving?
What you talking about?
Okay, because y'all act like I just did show. Did y'all know I was leaving?
I didn't know you was leaving.
Ooh, boys, it's lie. Boys, it's going. Somebody check him.
I heard rumors.
I heard rumors, check him when he walk out.
I couldn't verify.
This was not about leaving. It was just me saying, man, I'm just glad to have you.
That's
back.
what I'm saying. You said 2 weeks in a row. Like you surprised that I showed up 2 weeks in a row. I would have told you if I wasn't gonna be here.
I'm just saying I'm happy.
I thought it was out of here.
Man, this feels good to have 3 amigo Negroes back to back.
I'm just saying. I thought he was about it, man. You know.
Man, well, I can't wait for y'all.
I
can't wait for y'all to catch a flat tire on the way to work. So just wait.
I did have somebody ask me, "Hey man, what about Danny?" And coming up with some theories. Like, no. And
he got fired.
It was my burner account.
I just gave a little bit of knowledge of what I knew, and so like I said, I'm just glad you're back here. The Toledo Rocket himself, he's Barry Church.
I'm always here, baby. Always.
Yeah. Thanks to your wife's injury, he's always here. We know.
He got nowhere to go.
I'm always here, no matter what the situation. I'm always
here. Is she healthy again? So, outstanding for you. The Cowboys, the most penalized team in the National Football League last year. Mike McCarthy's vowed to fix it. Jerry Jones said he wants it fixed and not to wait until, like, hey, man, you see there's a problem, fix it now, don't wait. So you got the rookies coming in here on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, rookie minicamp. How does he approach it with the young pups? And then how does he fix this problem for the Cowboys going into next season? Because the penalties were gross last year, okay? It was just gross.
Yeah, I think specifically coming into rookie minicamp, what you have to do is make sure that these players understand the difference between the rules in college football and the rules in NFL football, all right? Defensive backs, They don't let you get all touchy and grabby and all that stuff. After 5, you can't touch them, all right? Offensive lineman, hand placement is huge once you get into the league, all right? Sometimes they let you get away with it, but when they own you, they own you. You have to let them know that. You have to show them film on that, and then you have to make sure that they're working on that while they're outside because they don't have pads on. So all you can really work on is hand placement. But you have to make that a point of emphasis every day during rookie minicamp in order to continue to drag that into when they get into it with the veterans. And then when they get into it with the veterans, they might be showing these dudes how to do it because last season was atrocious. These dudes would get penalties all over the place. And that is something that Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and Kellen Moore are going to have to focus on this offseason so they don't see the same thing happen this upcoming season.
Yeah, without a doubt, you got to start when they're young. So when the rookies come in, you got to let them know all the nuances of the game and how you can't get, like McCray said, touchy-feely or grabby after 5 yards. You got to let them go with DBs, and you got to, make sure, Philbin got to make sure the offensive lines got their techniques down and all that stuff. But I also think it has to do with accountability. I mean, as a coach, as a head coach of this team, you got to make sure each and every player is held accountable. And, if penalties are happening in good times, like when you're blowing a team out and you might get a couple holding penalties late in the game, you can't let that stuff slide. You got to tell those players right then and there, hey, man, that's not how we're going to get it done, because when it happens in bad situations, it's nut-cutting time, 3 minutes left, it's 3rd and, 5, but we get a holding penalty. Now it's 3rd and 15. You can't let that stuff get away when things are going good, so you got to make sure that when it's going bad as well, you got to treat them the same. So I think it all comes down to accountability with this team, and, hopefully they can understand that going into the season.
Mojo moments, baby. We got to get them mojo moments. You got to set it up so the mojo moments are presented to where you ain't holding when it's 4th and 1.
Exactly.
You need to get a first down, to close out the game.
So the Cowboys in this draft had spoke about that 49er game having an effect, and they felt like they were bullied around and wanted to get tougher. The penalties in that game, 14 in a playoff game, 14 for 89 yards, and what hurts even more, 4 of those penalties led to first downs for the 49ers. I'm sorry, guys. You've played this game. You can't sit up here and gift the team a fresh set of downs 4 times and think at some point in time it's not going to hurt you.
Exactly. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you know how frustrating that is? If it's like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 5, you get a great stop. And then, boom, there's the flag, fresh set of downs. Like, it gives the offense more energy, and it just depletes you. You're just like, oh, man.
And the thing about that is, like, I played defensive back, you did too, so sometimes I can understand, especially with the new rules, some of the pass interference, maybe the illegal touching and stuff. But I just go back to watching Randy Gregory bear hug this dude.
Tackled him.
And I'm like, what technique is that? Like, what? I had no idea what was going on, and that's one of those lack of judgment and lack of focus moments that get you into that type of trouble. Like, your defense is playing hard as hell, and all of a sudden you look up on the screen, you trying to figure out what happened, and the dude can't. He has nothing for you. All he got to do is walk back to the huddle because he can't even explain why he did what he did. Those are the moments that you have to make sure that you get ironed out because those are inexplainable and inexcusable.
It's the ones you can control, like jumping off sides, 3rd and 2. Like, you're in the huddle. The guy with the green dot, whoever it may be, is all right, guys. Hold your water. We watch the ball, and it be the guys that's right next to the football. You're staring at the mug. Oh, let me go off. Man, those are the ones that it's what undisciplined teams do, and unfortunately, last year we were one of the main culprits of being that.
I'm always okay with the effort penalties. Yeah. All right, the ones where the quarterback is getting protected, so you put your hand up. Sometimes somebody might push you into him, and you get to be
graze them,
something like that. Yeah. It's an iffy call on pass interference where my coaching staff believes that it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's a BS call. Those you sometimes you just have to deal with. The Randy Gregory's the one, that type of stuff, the holding 3 times in a row because your technique is bad on as an offensive lineman, those type of things, those are the ones that you have to get fixed, and you have to start here at rookie minicamp going all the way up through week 1 of the season.
You don't have to worry about Randy Gregory anymore.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm fine. I am fine with that's the Broncos' $70 million problem.
Oh man, see,
we just talking about penalties. Okay, we were just talking about penalties. He ain't the only one that got a penalty, but he was on his team last year.
He had an egregious one.
Being coached by these coaches when that penalty happened. All right, so that's the point.
I'm just there's a bunch of media personalities who acted like the Cowboys lost D. Ware. And like Randy Gregory he's a good football player, but you oh my gosh, you lost him, you screwed up. Like, you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
We'll see.
And the guys in Denver like, hey, what do we need to know? Like, okay, he wasn't Micah Parsons last year for you. He wasn't Tank Lawrence. And then you talk about impact on the defense. He wasn't Diggs. Like, you guys paid $70 million. Don't think you're not getting Charles Haley. You're not getting DeMarcus Ware because Ware went from here to Denver. Like, he's not that guy. He's a good football player, but you need other good football players around him. But if you're thinking he's going to be that guy, no, he's not a sack master. 6 sacks. I mean,
I don't know.
I think he was good at rushing the passer.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he was really good at rushing the passer.
He was good. He was good at rushing the passer. The numbers
passer.
might not back it up, but the man has skill when it's time about get after the pass rusher.
Okay, that's what you'll be okay.
Who's gonna feel? That's what my thing.
So
who's gonna fill these shoes though?
This to me, it almost reminds me of when Byron Jones left. There's a whole bunch of folks, media folks, are like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible. You should have kept Jones over Amari Cooper, and you're gonna regret it." In the Pro Football Focus numbers, and I'm like, man, look. This is my opinion. Byron Jones, fantastic person. Okay, we all like B. Jones, man. Mm-hmm. Good guy.
Great dude.
A reliable football player. He was a good football player, but he wasn't great. And the Dolphins went out there and gave him the largest contract in history for a cornerback. Now, 2 years later, they're all mad at the guy. How come he's not this? Well, you saw the resume. It wasn't the guy who was going to take the ball away. He's a good player. And the problem with free agency is you see good players get great money, and then the fan base expects them to be great players. Why ain't you great? Well, that's never what he was. If you Jermaine Jackson, you Jermaine Jackson. You ain't Michael. You get a couple songs, you're okay. Bobby Brown wasn't Ralph Tresvant at the time, and that was kind of, you get Mr. Telephone Man, but Ralph's gonna do the rest of the songs. And so then he went out there. So I just say Randy Gregory, nice player. As a part of the group, but he ain't the lead dog. In Denver, they're thinking you're going to put him next to Chubb, and they're going to be getting after people. No, it's not going to be that.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, you want to compare it to Amari Cooper and stuff. I mean, that's at least we did get a pick out of it. Was it 4th round, 5th round? We got a 5th round. At least we got that out of it because that's about it.
But who's going to feel Gregory's shoes,
but you understand why.
I know, but that is what happened.
There's another problem in the media is the whole, you didn't get enough for Amari. My man Clarence Hill was out there beating on that drum.
I'm not talking about what they got. I'm just saying when we just compared Byron Jones to Amari Cooper, and you talk about Buddy got paid $100 million to be here, and Byron Jones got 80-something, whatever. To me, neither one of them was what we needed them to be in order for us to make a Super Bowl or make a deep playoff run at that point. But Byron Jones here was a different player than he has been in Miami. And
I say this and this is how fan bases are. You get this money, they're expecting you to be this type of player. Look at Brandon Carr. People expect $50 million. He wasn't going to be Deion. He wasn't going to be Everson Walls. He was the number 2 corner in Kansas City. But that's the expectation. And in Denver, they got an expectation that this guy is going to be getting after the quarterback like he's D. Ware. No, you don't have Von Miller and D. Ware there anymore with Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory. That's what they're thinking they're going to get. Yeah. That's not it.
Yeah.
That's just not it.
I'm with you on that, but
but it's still a solid rush. And like you said, he got pieces around him that are good. So it ain't just like he's gonna have to be the guy.
They will figure it out. You wanna know why they'll figure it out? Because Dan Quinn will take the pieces he's got and go make up some gumbo and be okay. I remember when back when Randy wasn't playing, they went out and got Robert Quinn. Quinn came in there and he had a good year. If Tank Lawrence
and who else?
I would say if Tank Lawrence and Micah Parsons are playing, the other defensive end should be able to find some sacks. Dorrance Armstrong had 5 sacks last year.
I think
you should be able to run into something.
Our interior defensive line is going to be much better this year as well. So I think that's also going to help whoever takes Randy Gregory's spot. But I'm still leaning on the Tank Lawrence to get 10+ sacks this year, which is going to open it up for
Is he going to play 17?
Yeah. He cut the dreads off, bro. That means something.
Sound like me in 2011 time, man. I don't know.
All right, well, okay. You was wrong about yours.
I was wrong.
We're going to make a deal about, we already did 10+ sacks this year.
Okay. All right, we're going to see.
You got 10?
I said this last week.
Chris Beam, can you mark that?
He already marked it down last week. Okay?
Mark it again.
I said it. You wrote it down and everything. Okay.
Double up.
I don't know.
I got 10. He get at least 10 sacks this year.
You said Parsons would have been like, all right.
Only thing I said was
if he stays healthy,
he got to make it through game 1.
If he makes it through game 1,
he got to make it through game 1.
All right. I don't even give you game 2 because then he break his foot.
Give me game 2. No. Yeah, give me game 2.
I don't think he's going to, even if he stays healthy, I don't think he's going to get 10 sacks. I don't get game 2.
Oh, so you going to give me that whole thing? If he healthy, you get 2 sacks?
No. You get 2 games. You get 2 games.
Okay,
I'll give you 2 games.
All right.
But, he's a beast, but I just don't.
He better than Randy Gregory. See, I knew it. That's what we really need to get to. So
really?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. See, okay.
We ain't talking about 18, 17.
I knew we needed
D-Law.
It doesn't matter.
We need to get to the nitty gritty.
Even last year, he was better than Randy.
He was?
Yes.
He was? I don't know.
When healthy, he was better than Randy Gregory.
It seems like y'all taking a lot out on Gregory from that 49ers game. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Randy Gregory was good. I'm telling you that this dude's still going to get 10 plus sacks, so I'm still telling you that I believe that Tank Lawrence is good.
It's good, yeah.
I think that Randy
Tank Lawrence is good. I'm not saying he's trash.
Yeah,
he's good.
I think he's better than Randy.
My thing is,
overall
Randy
better
is
football player.
good. Randy is a good player,
Yeah.
but as he left, you had people talking about him as though he were great. And
I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, I'm not saying
but I'm
he's,
just saying, but when you listen to folks in the media here, you thought he was Randy White, not Randy Gregory. He was a good player. It's not, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? The house is going to go, you'll be okay.
I think he's on par with a Quinn. That's where I put Gregory. I think he's, right in that area.
And Dan Quinn is going to find a way to make the most out of what he has. The guy's really
so let's not make Quinn seem like he came here and Dan Quinn made Robert Quinn because he left and went to the Bears and was still he got the franchise record. So that dude wasn't he wasn't like Quinn came, I'll make you Robert Quinn. No, that's not how it happened.
Here's my point on Robert Quinn though. My thing on Robert Quinn was you found a way to fix your problem. You had a problem coming in. He ended up missing 2 games because of a suspension for the Cowboys, but he had a great year and then got a contract with the Bears. I'm just telling you, they can replace Gregory.
But I don't know if they got that Quinn-type player here.
This is what we'll find out.
So we'll find out. That's what I'm saying. We'll see.
I'm all on board for not paying that guy $70 million and taking a chance to see what they can do here.
Is Dan Quinn a defensive line specialist or not?
Yes, he is.
Okay. We looked at those guys, Neville Gallimore. We were waiting for Neville Gallimore to come back. Yeah. Like it's a bunch of guys on the defensive line we listed week in and week out, and we were like, oh, this dude's playing well. Dan Quinn is going to figure out how to get maybe not a Randy Gregory, but it's going to be multiple guys on that side who can make up.
See, I agree with that.
Randy Gregory.
I agree with that. I just don't know if the combination is going to be Gregory, but I think he'll make some. He'll make Dumbo out of nothing.
And you'll have $70 million in your pocket. You have $70 million in your pocket. You'll be okay.
We'll see.
Yes, you'll be okay.
We plus a 20 from Coop. I mean, we balling. we balling, baby. We got it.
All right, last question here as we get ready to wrap up the Players Lounge. Give me, in your opinion, the rookie you think right now will have the most impact on the 2022 Dallas Cowboys.
Most impact. You want me to go first in this thing?
Go ahead.
I think the second round are going to have the most impact. And
Sam Williams, because we just talked about the D-line, and I don't think, Dorn, no disrespect, but I don't think, Dorrance Armstrong, Terrell Basham, I don't think those type of guys will go out there and make it like Sam Williams can't get on the field. So I feel like he'll get his opportunities on the field to make an impact. And what we saw from him in the SEC is he was able to put up double-digit sack numbers. In the SEC, I think we can all agree is, the best conference, especially like basically a minor league to the NFL. So that's the basic, so I think Sam Williams, if he's given the opportunities, I think he can go out there and make an impact for this team, especially if this defense is able to pin its ears back, getting a lot of, third and long situations where they can just simply be a pass rush specialist, like kind of like a Micah Parsons. I think he'll be able to make an impact out there.
Mine's easy. All right. We go back to the days where we controlled the line of scrimmage, we controlled the time of possession, we had the offensive line. I think putting Tyler Smith in the right position will help him have the biggest impact of this rookie class. Whether it be a guard, which I expect it to be because Tyron Smith is going to be playing tackle, or if Tyron Smith goes out, for you not to have a drop-off when you get a guy like Tyler Smith go in. I think he's going to have the biggest impact because it's going to allow you to shore up your offensive line. Yeah. It's going to create competition for guys, and that's going to make all these guys play better. I think he's going to have the biggest impact of the rookie class.
Okay. I am going to go way out here. Way out here.
What you got, man?
The Texas Tech kicker, Jonathan Garabe. I think he'll make this football team, and I think he can have an impact on this club the way we saw the Bengals kicker last year have an impact on that team. And I do think when we start looking at the schedule of teams you're going to play, you're going to need a reliable field goal kicker. And if you're trying to beat go back to the Brady game, Tampa Bay, 4 points left out there by Greg Zuerlein. You get a guy who can convert these things, you can win some of these football games.
You think he can have kind of like a Dan Bailey type impact?
I think you have a Dan Bailey. I think with the leg this kid has here, I think he'd be a Dan Bailey. I go back to what Cincinnati's kicker did. I mean, that guy made the most of his opportunities, and I just got tired of watching. You're right to the Raider game. Tired of watching Zuerlein roll out here and not get it done.
Hook 'em left.
Yeah. So to me, that's where I'm going to go. So you guys made your choice. I'm going to go out here and just say a rookie kicker could have the most impact for this football team.
Please, because he has a leg, do not have them out here trying to make him make 60-yarders consistently.
Get his confidence.
Don't do that to him. No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying for the coaching staff, don't say, all right, we're going to run it here because we know as long as we at 60, then we got a chance to kick the field goal. Don't do that to the dude, man. Give him some reasonable shots. And if you have to do a Justin Tucker like he did last year with 60 to win the game, do that. But don't put him in those type of situations consistently, please.
And one player that I will be very interested to see how quick he can make his adjustment is Jalen Tolbert, because there could be an opportunity.
That's the receiver, right?
Yes, from South
Alabama. Be ready.
He'll have have an opportunity
He'll have
because
a big one.
Gallup is not going to be ready to go for the first 2, maybe even 3 games of the season here. So, and obviously, CeeDee Lamb is going to get a whole lot of focus. So, if he can go ahead and get up to speed with Dak Prescott,
he has a huge opportunity.
Yeah, maybe the young rookie is a part of it and get himself some one-on-one coverage, and Kellen Moore dials up something for him. So, look, it's a fun time of the year, man. Fun time of the year. So
okay, more man.
You're gonna dial up something, huh? Yeah, a regular play, whoever's open is open. That's what you're gonna dial up for.
Remember the beginning of last season we was talking about the boy genius.
Man. I told y'all it was nothing genius about not running the ball at all against Tampa. I'm gonna stand by that. I don't want to hear no extension of the run game ever again. Extension of the run game. Extension of I don't want to hear that. Had this man Zeke out there blocking 60 times. Talking about, man, Zeke played a hell of a game.
All pro left tackle, baby.
Come on, man. We talking about the dude was slim, fast, quick, all that, man, out there being a blocker.
Go ahead, chip over there.
Yeah. They talking about he was a team player. Man, Zeke was mad as hell, I guarantee you that. But yeah, all right, dial up something, please dial up
all
something.
This offseason work, I'm over here blocking.
You should have been over there with Tyron Smith, though.
Should have been on the sled ASAP.
Hand placement, baby.
We will chat with you next week, Thursday night. We'll see if you courtside one more time.
I won't be courtside. I won't be courtside on Thursday, but you never know going forward.
He might show up at the Stars game tonight, looking good. So
you never know.
Okay,
I heard those Stars games are pretty cool though. I've never been to a hockey game, but I heard it's pretty interesting.
It's good. Another experience that television does not do justice. If it's 2 sports, there's 3 sports that get no justice because of the way TV covers it, and you need to be there. Hockey, NASCAR, and horse racing. Horse racing in person is a whole nother level. The television just they do what they can, but it's just when you're there and you're feeling everything in there, man. It's just a whole.
Wish I would have bet 1,000 on horse racing this week.
Yes, sir. 80-1 odds, you'd have been all good. Lone Star Park, by the way. If you haven't been to Lone Star Park, man, take the wife out there, man. Go eat up there. I mean, they got a nice little dining area. It's good stuff, man. Good time. I had my baby shower out there, man. It's awesome, man. Awesome stuff. So, Danny McCary. Glad you're back, baby.
He's booked.
Love you, man. Get out there, see him at the camps.
Get him early.
The Toledo Rocketberry Church. Appreciate you. I'm Newy Scruggs for Chris Bean, Big Will, everybody here running things jazz. We love you. This is DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?